What's up guys, Tommy here, bringing you a gameplay on Village. And for this particular gameplay I'm using the Specialist Strike package with the FAD. A couple of things I didn't really mention in my last Specialist gameplay that I want to kind of draw to your attention. You guys probably all know this by now anyway, but just want to kind of correct myself. I kind of made the point in the last one that when you use the Specialist kill streak setup, you get to pick your 3 perks instead of your kill streak. So, you know, 1 for 2 kills, 1 for 4 kills, and 1 for 6 kills. Depending whether or not you put Hardline on as one of them or not, but yeah, I kind of made the mistake of thinking that you have your tier 1 perk for 2 kills, your tier 2 perk for 4 kills, and your tier 3 perk for 6 kills. In reality, you can pick them in any order you want, so I think in this particular gameplay, I did do that in this one. I've got like Blind Eye, then Assassin, then Marksman, but if it really takes your fancy, you can pick them all from tier 1 or all from tier 2 or whatever you want, really. But another thing I wanted to point out is the fact that when you get to your Specialist bonus, not only do you get all the perks unlocked, so, you know, every single perk in the game, plus you get all the weapon proficiencies, hence the faster movement, which I kind of picked up on last time. But so you get like speed and melee and, you know, kick and whatever other proficiencies there are in the game. And that's for any gun you're holding at the moment, so that's pretty damn cool. And it basically just makes you into a one-man army, literally. You can go around the map and just, you know, dominate for the most part. But like I said last time, the only real weakness is that you're still very vulnerable. So if a guy catches you from behind, you're just as dead as you would be normally, basically. So that is one thing to watch out for. But like I said, I wanted to upload this particular gameplay just because it seemed like a very kind of fast-paced game in general. I mean, I do have a Moab gameplay to upload fairly soon using the Specialist Strike package, but this one actually took my fancy quite a bit in the folder, so I thought, hey, maybe this one will be more entertaining to watch. So that's what I went for. So I just got back from Lincoln Market today. Lincoln Market is, so I'm told, one of the most famous markets in the UK for Christmas shopping and such. I didn't actually know this, and everyone I've asked didn't know this either. The only person who did know this was my friend, and, you know, ironically he's not British, he's from Malaysia, so Malaysians know more about our country than we do. But yeah, it was good times. Yeah, me and him just took the train up and went down there for the day, and it's really good actually. It's quite a lot better than I expected. Lincoln, not the biggest city in the world, although it's really, really busy actually. Those trains coming back were a nightmare, but definitely a good time. And I'm one of those people who kind of gets really excited about Christmas coming up to it. Even, you know, the childhood novelty of Father Christmas, it's not a novelty. Don't believe what people say about him not being real. Stuff like that, Father Christmas, the whole presents thing, you know, you get as a kid. Obviously that's all worn off now, but I still have, you know, some degree of excitement at Christmas. It's pretty much the only time of year I get to see some of my obscure relatives, such as, you know, grandparents from Newcastle, that kind of thing. So it's a pretty good time of year for me. And I love the food. I adore Christmas dinners. I had a Christmas dinner today, even though it's, what, 3rd of December as I'm commentating this, so yep, that was pretty damn good. And it wasn't really something I was kind of wanting to go to start with. Like, it wasn't my idea. I went along because it was my friend's idea, and I said, yeah, that sounds like a good laugh, I'll go along. And I've kind of like, this is like a little philosophical nugget of information here, you know, Pyrotoz's Pearls of Wisdom. Maybe I can start a series called that and put it on Machinima, who knows, but yeah, Pyrotoz's Pearls of Wisdom. I kind of like took a leaf out of the book of the film Yes Man, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen that film, but it's a film starring Jim Carrey, and the basic idea of the film is you have some guy who's one of those guys in a friend group who basically turns down everything, every opportunity that comes to him. So, you know, the guys say, do you want to go down the pub for a couple of drinks? He says, no, got to feed the cats, got to water the goldfish, or whatever, I don't know, whatever excuse comes to mind, but just one of those people who tends to turn down every opportunity that comes to him. And it's kind of a deep, it's a comedy, but it's kind of a deep moral story, quad spray, that, actually that's not a quad spray, I'm going to say almost a montage clip, because it's almost a quad feed, but, you know, I'll leave that to you guys, whether you think that's a montage-worthy clip or not, but like I was saying, it's one of those kind of deep moral films where the moral of the story is, if you say yes to everything, and I mean everything, a tramp walks into your car and asks for money, you say yes. If you say yes to everything, eventually you'll end up with Zooey Deschanel. It's a guarantee. So I'm hoping that does happen eventually, though I'm not really too sure of the chances of that. But I kind of took a leaf out of their book and said, you know what? That kind of really hit my heart deep. I'm going to live my life from now on. Obviously not saying yes to everything, but I've kind of taken more of an approach where I will see these opportunities and try and take as many as I can. And, you know, not to get too deep and philosophical, but I do feel as though my life has changed for the better just by doing this. Just, you know, taking advantage of more opportunities and stuff. And I kind of, like, encourage anyone else to do the same. If you're one of those people who kind of shies away from opportunities that come to you, whether it be, you know, work-related or, I don't know, relationship or just life in general, just, you know, give it a go. What have you got to lose, right? So yeah, like I said, Christmas market was definitely worth going to. And, you know, it's in every facet of life, really. Something that comes up, just take the opportunity. You may feel like you benefit from it in the end, so that's definitely a little pearl of information to take away from this. But, yep, anyways, back to the particular gameplay here. One of my favourite maps so far at the moment. I've actually developed a liking for actually spamming javelins on this map. If you get a javelin on that particular car spot over there, where a lot of people tend to cluster, this was kind of inspired by some montage clip I saw where a guy gets like a 9-in-1 javelin on this map, but I feel like if you want to train up the javelin, definitely did not see that terror there. If you want to train up the javelin, definitely get some on that car there, it's a pretty damn good spot. I don't think anything else much happens towards the end of the gameplay, it's pretty much just winding down, but yep, just want to kind of once again say how good the Specialist strike package is, and you know, definitely give this a go if you haven't done already. I actually feel like you can get a lot more kills from doing this. There was a guy in the grass there, by the way, that from using like the assault kill streak or, you know, recon or whatever, support, whatever you call it. It's also probably the easiest way to get Moabs, although that's kind of debatable to many people, but regardless, the final score of this gameplay is 42-6. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.